This is Dr. Phil Chavez. Brothers, after speaking of the traits of the false lion, and the false lion as a leader, I think it's important to deal with the other extreme, the false lamb. Now be patient as I talk about these things. They're difficult to talk about, but they must be said. Now this false lamb, he's unassertive and docile, that most of his natural strengths stay underdeveloped or they're thwarted altogether. In his bearing, his stance is weak, his gait is unsure, and his countenance often looks confused. Now the habits of the false lamb are emasculated. His approach is passive. His attention, well, that's distant. Internally, this man wanders racked with turmoil, or he manifests an emotional life of a doormat. Often he lives in his head, and he ends up self-absorbed, unable to see himself for who he is. He's careless about integrating any real discipline in his life. In Proverbs, it is written, "He who walks in integrity walks securely, but he who perverts his ways will be found out." Brothers, the false lamb remains hesitant to undertake new things, and he's too insecure to venture out. Unable to uphold his principles in confrontation, this man backs down. If called to take up a fight, he shrinks. He cannot take a hit. Now, this man does not know how to validate or support others. His confidence level remains suppressed. The false lamb displays a flimsy way of approaching things, and he proves inept at providing any real solution. He neither realizes his failures nor he takes steps to strengthen himself. And he frequently gives justifications as to why he acts the way he does. He needs to heed the warning of St. Peter. Do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance. Now, brothers, the false lamb keeps reticent to take on any difficult tasks. This man loathes to work by the sweat of his brow. He whines, he complains. He kicks up a fuss over every minor thing. Such guy waffles in his positions, and he laments something almost always. He cannot let go of past regrets. He strays as a man without purpose, irresolute about achieving goals, and unsteady in his ideals. The false lamb, brothers, he's stuck in his own safe universe. He's unable to commit, and retirement seems to be his only long-term objective. He drifts around oblivious to the world around him. Brothers, let's help men like this when we encounter them. They need active guidance to become the authentic lion and lambs that God has called them to be. Brothers, God be with you.